All right, so Angel, kind of a weird creative team. It's co-writing credits Jim Koof and Sean Ryan. It might be Jim Kauf. Never really thought about it before, but I've always said Koof. So Koof is was David Greenwalt's partner in the '80s. We've talked about him before. This is his third of three episodes of Angel that he has a hand in. The first is 5 by 5. That's by far the best. Then Shroud of Ramon and this one. He co-writes it with Sean Ryan, who also loves fucking co-writing for some reason. This is his fourth episode of the season. He started on the staff this season. Like, he's very prolific, but the only episode he wrote himself was First Impressions. He's since participated in Reunion, Blood Money, and this. And he's got co-writing credits on all those. The
What's First
director,
Impressions? Can you tell me that?
that's the one with like the car thieves and like Cordelia and
Ah,
Gunn out on the streets.
yeah, I like that more than you
Yeah,
remember.
I know you did. But this one I thought it was funny he wrote this one because he goes on like in like just a year to create The Shield, which is like one of the classic great cop shows of all time, and he's doing this like goofy zombie cop thing like a year earlier.
Well, I think he does a lot of I wanted to say like boots on the ground type of stuff, but I don't think that makes
I,
sense. But
I, I know what you mean though. Like I feel like Kate's in a lot of his episodes. He likes the street element of Angel more than anything
and
else.
and we talked about was it First Impressions? Whatever one you just said, that's like one
First
where we're like
impression,
in
yeah,
town dealing with guns, like
totally. And
the
Blood
gun
Money
gang.
is the one with like the fundraiser thing, and now he's got this one with the cops. Like
Yeah, he's
he
pretty specific.
yeah, he is. Um, he only has one more episode because after this season he leaves and he goes to create like an amazing show. Um, the director of this episode is Scott McGinnis. Who this is his second of two episodes. The first one was Room with a View, and
Hmm.
now he's back for this. What I found out interesting about him is he used to be an actor, and he had a big part in the movie Secret Admirer, which was written. That's like a C. Thomas Howell comedy from the '80s that was written by David Greenwalt and Jim Koof.
Whoa,
Yeah, so there's like a connection there. That's
that's a
probably how
crazy
he ended up
connection.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. All right. So let's talk about Angel. That's the creative team. You tell me about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. First of all, I thought the undead cops was a pretty fun idea.
Oh, for sure. I got no beef with this episode. It's fun. It's just sort of an odd one.
Yeah, it's an odd one. But we start out Angel's all alone at his hotel, the Hyperion Hotel. He never changed the name of it. He just kept the old name.
Nah, it's always the Hyperion.
It's like when you adopt a dog, you just keep his old name.
I did that with my cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
Did
name's
you ever tell
Xena.
me? Oh, Xena. Yeah, you're right. Because I
Yeah,
told you
I
I
didn't
used to have a
name it
dog named
that.
Xena.
Oh yeah, we did have that conversation.
Yeah. So we have our new office where everyone's in our new office. I think the lights were working again this episode. I don't
Yeah,
really
things
remember.
things are going a bit better for them at the moment.
Yeah, better than last week. But Wesley, he's like he's a little antsy. He wants some action. Haven't had action in a few weeks. I got to get back out there, get a job. And Cordelia, what was up with this? Cordelia apparently thinks that Steven Seagal couldn't be famous on his own. He has to have some like
Yeah,
demonic
he
activity
he
going on.
thinks demonic assistance could only have made Steven
But
Seagal a
that was
movie
mean.
star. Yeah, but I sort of get it. Like he's a dude who's like not really handsome. He's not actually athletic. He's not a good actor. But like I have watched like 12 movies that Steven Seagal is the number one star of.
Is he
And I
just like
love
all
his
energy
movies.
or something?
Yeah, I guess you just have to like if you like his stupid little wavelength, like it's but like I can see her point.
Can I tell you? Can I make a comparison? I don't
Yeah.
even I don't I've never even seen one Steven Seagal movie, but he seems like Steven Seagal is the ultimate warrior
Oh my God, that is a great comparison
of actors,
of the action stars, like
of action stars.
Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like these were
They're
guys
the
that
Rock
actually.
and Stone Cold,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's Ultimate
exactly. You're
Warrior.
totally right.
It's pretty good. So Gunn, Gunn had like a new idea for the name, and I thought it was gonna be fun where we don't really see, like hear what his idea was, but then it's revealed later it's just the Gun
Yeah, the
agency,
gun agency.
like what we talked about in another
He's
episode.
going
But
back to it. Yeah.
it's like it's hinted at here where he's like, you guys won't call it what I want to call it, and I thought it was like he had a new secret name that we're not gonna hear about
No,
ever.
still fucking harping on that gun thing.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was kind of lame. But anyways, so a woman shows up, Francine Sharp. I got her whole name,
Great
apparently.
job.
Apparently that was important. And her daughter, Stephanie, right?
Stephanie Sharp.
Stephanie Sharp. And they know Virginia somehow. I don't
Virginia,
really.
by the way, getting so much business for this fucking fledgling agency at this point. Like every case they have comes through Virginia. She's like their agent. But
Yeah, honestly, it made me think like it made me realize there was a purpose for her character. Like after all, like she's kind of giving them business. She knows a lot
yeah,
of wealthy
Wesley
people.
better fucking hang on to her, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought that too.
but yeah, it's a friend of Virginia's from the club, they say.
Yes, and Wesley
So
suspects
sort of
the
like, are
country
you caught
club.
up on Curb?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. There was a
You can
story about
spoil
it.
something.
Oh, there was a story on Curb this past week about a friend of Larry's from the club that was in the hospital that Larry was being included in like text chains about that he didn't realize they were that close, you know?
And they're in the hospital, but he's like being selfish about it. But he doesn't want to be in the text chain.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny. Uh, so apparently the girl has a eyeball on her head, the back of her
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
not resolved this episode, by the way. And
You're right.
yeah, we'll come back to this eyeball.
Yeah, we're trying to work on this case, but there's another case that pops up, so we gotta
Yeah.
do that one first. And we keep talking about like, yeah, Wesley, like I'm trying to work on this other thing. Pretty funny. I wrote something funny down. This episode of the podcast. I'm letting you guys know all my funny jokes beforehand, apparently. Uh, but Francine, she says that something bit Stephanie on her way home from swim practice, and I wrote, "How rude."
Oh my God.
And Stephanie is seemingly in shock, we say.
Yeah, well, she's not talking. That gives us an excuse. We don't have to like get a child actress to
Great
say
point.
lines.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No lines for the child. Good. All children should be in shock in movies.
Agreed.
That's funny.
Agreed.
That's really good.
You know
Uh,
who was in shock? Uh,
but
Kevin McAllister when he put his hands on his face.
that wasn't because he was in shock.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Oh, it's because he put like
Aftershave? But
aftershave.
why did
That's
he
what it
scream?
was.
Oh, because it
It
burned.
burned. Yeah.
Oh, duh. So we go to the teen center. Anne is in another episode. Kind of didn't expect it.
I know. Yeah, she keeps coming
And it
back for
seems like
no
she'll be in
reason.
like
It's
another
weird,
one.
right?
Yeah, it seems like she's a little important.
Little peculiar, interesting. Okay.
Probably has some powers of some sort. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But we go to the teen center, and what song do we hear?
They're bumping Miss Jackson.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. It's great stuff. And apparently this is
An
the number one
incredible
song.
song. It was an incredible song. Me and Nathaniel at this time would drive around Long Island listening to the album Stankonia that this was on, and we were loving life.
Did you ever date a girl whose last name was Jackson? And then you could like think about saying this.
No, but I had a friend when I worked at Barnes and Noble named Bonita Beautiful Star Jackson. Her middle name, I'm not even fucking with you, was Beautiful Star. And I would constantly sing that song at her.
I bet she loved that.
um, we had a fun relationship. We loved each other, but it was like a brother sister thing. We would fight. It was cute.
Right. That
Oh,
is
I'm
cute.
sad I'm not still in touch with Bonita. She was great.
Yeah, sometimes you think about people, it makes you kind of sad.
Yeah.
So some people show up. They were like out in a dark alley, running from the cops, but then they come in here, to stay, try to hide from the police. Pretty
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. Right.
By the way, this is where we get the opening credits. All the way here, I wrote credits. We have had
Yeah.
all this happen, and then here we get the opening
Takes a
credits.
while. What is this? An episode of Alias?
Whoa, they do that?
I feel like they run through like the whole first act before they do the fucking credits.
Whenever I see late credits, I think about the Friday the 13th remake because we get like the
Oh
whole
yeah, 20
opening.
minutes in, it's hella good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, I remember that when that first happened when I watched that, I was like, "Whoa, that we had like a whole movie, and then we have like the whole rest of
Yeah.
the movie."
That
The,
fucking movie is so good. Guys, the
yeah,
Friday the 13th remake from 2009 is low key one of the best Friday the 13th movies, maybe the third best, probably the fourth best.
but yeah. I mean, I think I like it more than you, so I'm glad to hear that. It's also one of the best horror remakes.
Oh, it is the best
It's not The Thing or
horror
anything, but it's
remake.
like
No. I'm saying of that era of
right,
lots of horror
way
remakes
better
and
than Halloween,
slashers.
Nightmare on Elm Street,
My Bloody
any of
Valentine,
the newest Child's Play is better
yeah,
than
the
that.
the prom, the
Oh, Prom Night, you
stepfather.
mean?
Yeah, prom night. That's what I meant.
I love Prom Night, you know
Yeah,
that, but
the remake.
yeah, well, I love Brittany Snow. She was like one of my first crushes I ever had.
Yeah, you. That's why you're so pumped for X.
John Tucker. That's why I love John Tucker. She was so big for me, honestly, Brittany Snow. But anyway, so we let those guys in. Merle is packing up. He's leaving town apparently.
Yeah, good to see him though.
Yeah, but I don't know if if this is like the last time we see Merle, but apparently he's
I
leaving.
feel like
Getting,
I feel like we see him again.
I hope so. I really
He
like
might
Merle.
just be leaving this lair.
It seemed like the reason for it was like he used to get along with Wesley, but Angel's like
Yes.
kind of a bully to Merle, and he doesn't like Angel, so
Yeah,
he's
he
leaving.
specifically says like Wesley was like equitable. You could deal with that guy. Like you just
Yeah,
torture me.
you're fucking
Plus, you
mean.
remember like Wolfram Hart showed up there like a couple weeks ago. So like everyone knows where
True.
he is.
Yeah, he's been busted or whatever.
Yeah.
But he does end up telling Angel one more thing. He talks about Wolfram and Hart, something about tomorrow night, Wolfram and Hart. But that doesn't really happen either, does it? Or does it? Is that a thing in
Does
this episode?
is
Wolfram and
that
Hart?
no, I guess not. That's something
We're
that's
setting
set
up a lot
up.
of stuff in the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode's pretty big, so it might just be setting
That's
up stuff for
cool.
next week. Yeah.
I kind of like this episode more than I thought. So Anne talks to that guy Kenny. Apparently, is his name. I wrote Kenny, and
Yeah.
I wrote song question mark. There's a song here. I didn't know it.
Oh, this dude, I didn't know it either. But Kenny, can I just say, is I recognized him as. You ever watch It's Always Sunny?
No, not really.
All right, so there's a classic episode from season 3 called Sweet D dates a retarded person,
I've heard of it.
where D is it is now you can't find it on the streaming service that has It's Always
Whoa.
Sunny. They took it down. It's fucking bullshit, but it's on the DVD that I have, and it's one of the best episodes of It's Always Sunny. And it's an episode where she starts dating a dude, and then um her buds, the gang, they all tell her the guy she's dating is retarded. And she doesn't realize it, and then the rest of the episode is just her trying to figure out whether he is or not. And he plays the retarded person, this guy.
That's incredible. I forget about
Yeah,
that. Is that episode that offensive? Like compared to like the first episode is like about an abortion or something.
every episode of that show is offensive. I don't know why
I
we're
know.
picking and choosing.
Yeah, what is that? I felt like they're all basically the same level of offensive.
Yeah, it's
I don't
really annoying.
understand.
We live in a very
What season is that on?
puritanical society right
3?
now. 3, yeah, I believe 3.
Well, I'll have to find it whenever I get to the episode. I do
Hmm.
want to watch that. I started it as
Please
I
don't watch it on a streaming service. Like, pay attention to what they cut out, because whatever they cut out's worth finding.
they cut out more than just that episode.
Yes, they cut out a
Oh
bunch.
shit.
South Park and It's Always Sunny are unbingeable.
Wow. That sucks. All right,
30
I
Rock
will.
too. 30 Rock too. Unbingeable.
Okay, well, thanks for. I will watch that on a different website then.
Yeah.
Whenever I do that, that's crazy. So Kenny says,
Community too.
"Why? Why are all these shows like
I
this?"
know. It's fucking annoying.
13 Reasons Why too.
No, I
Just
think they
kidding.
got all of them
You
that
you
originated on a streaming service, so you're probably okay.
you can watch it, but what they did with 13 Reasons is they cut out the actual suicide.
Wait, and it was in there originally?
You see her, she gets in a bathtub and starts cutting her wrist, and
And they cut that out?
You see her in the bathroom, like looking in the mirror, and then we cut to like her mom walking in the bathroom
That
finding her.
fucking sucks. I mean, imagine if like you watch like Royal Tenenbaums now, like on a streaming service, and they like cut out the scene where Luke Wilson slits his wrists.
Right. Fucking
They just like
crazy.
cut
Like
to him in the hospital.
it's in here for a reason. I get stuff's upsetting, but like they didn't do it for nothing. Like,
Yeah, it's called art.
yeah, people are stupid. Uh, but Anne knows somebody who might help her. I guess we'll find out later on. Uh, we go to the
No, no,
office.
it's Gun.
I know. I guess later on is right here.
Yeah, it's like the next scene.
Yeah, right here. Anne shows up, and Gunn, yeah, they seem to really know each other. Gunn was like,
Yeah.
Anne. He called her Annie. He
So
says,
how about that?
Annie.
Anne has even closer ties to the cast than we thought. She knows Gun.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty fun reveal, a good moment. And yeah, they like he like puts his arm around her, and they're like, "Come on, join the crew. Let's hang
And
out."
she even mentions Angel, and they're like, Our Angel? What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, she's like, Angel came by the other day, and they're like, "What? Angel? We haven't seen that dude in forever." So pretty fun. Oh, and by the way, Anne tells him, she says, "Renegade cops," and I
Mm.
wrote, "I just call them cops." How about that?
Nice, nice.
Taking a
Political.
shot in my notes. So we head off. I don't know. Cordelia and Wesley stay back. They're gonna work on that girl with the eyeball on her head, Stephanie.
Yeah,
We
word.
don't finish it, but they do a little more work. But by the way, Wesley says he's gonna deoculate her, which I thought
Yes,
was
I enjoyed that
awesome.
term. I
Yeah, I don't know if that's real, but that's fucking cool. Deoculate.
mean, it's not real because there would never be a time someone would be trying to remove someone's eye.
Decapitate is a thing, but it's not a thing people enjoy having happen to them.
I guess you're right, bro. You
and,
got me.
and bisecting is a thing. Sometimes we just have words for upsetting
Horrible
things.
things, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We leave. Angel apparently he watches Gunn and Anne
I
together.
know. Like on a rooftop across the street. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, that was actually kind of weird. Does he spy on them every night? And was
No,
just the one
I
night.
think it's because Lorne mentioned them at the end of Happy Anniversary. They're sort of back on his mind, so he's like
Uh,
checking in.
yeah, checking in on him. Yeah, this is
Hmm.
yeah. You think? Yeah, I guess we're meant to believe this is like the third time he's done it. Like in the
Yeah,
past
yeah,
few
something like
days, he
that.
just started.
Hmm.
So we go. I don't know. We go to the teen center. I don't know. And then there's like a police officer sees Angel, tries to fight Angel. There's like a big fight happens.
Right, and Angel decapitates him, like you just said.
Yeah, he does. He does. I love this. We just talked about the Miranda rights. They
Yeah,
fight, and
and like I said, he gets to you have the right to an attorney. You know that
then the
if
head
you
comes
watch
off.
enough TV.
You were probably thinking about this moment. You're
I
like, yeah,
might have
usually it
been.
ends after that. And the ending you were thinking of is when his head gets kicked right off.
Yeah.
So
But
awesome
yeah, it's
moment.
a great shot.
Yeah, yeah, really cool. We meet these guys, Rondell and George.
Yes, George was a regular on the Nickelodeon show The Secret World of Alex Mack with Larissa
Oh,
Olenek. I just wanted
oh.
to shout that out. But the other one, Rondell, he's still working to this day. I noticed. Like I saw, and his picture on IMDb is of him as like kind of an older man. It was interesting.
Which
But
one was the leader?
Rondell,
Yeah, I thought he was good.
yeah, George the goofy one. He was the one on Alex Mack.
You can
Um,
tell by their names which one's the leader and the goofy one. Rondell and
totally.
George. Come on.
George. Yeah,
I don't know. I thought he was really good.
he is good. He is good.
Yeah, and he has a career, so it makes
Of
sense.
all the people they introduced, him and George and Kenny and his lady and Jackson, who comes in later, Rondell's probably the best.
Yeah, I thought Jackson was pretty good, but yeah,
He is
Rondell.
threatening, very threatening.
Yes, I think it's because he has a mustache.
Is that why?
I don't know, I thought the facial
He
hair
does
played
seem
into it.
older. Like, what's
I
he
think
doing at this
yeah,
teen center?
yeah, that's what it was. He seemed older than everybody else because of the
Yeah.
facial hair. I thought it was a good job, good, nice little touch. So they have a camcorder. We're gonna record Gunn getting beat up by the cops, and that's gonna be proof of some. I don't know what that plan was. I
Well,
don't
to
know
get
how
them
that
in
helped.
trouble like Rodney King or whatever.
Sure. Did we not have body cams? We couldn't say
No,
check their
that didn't
body cam.
happen for a while, dude.
Oh wow. Damn, we were just like out on our own back then.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Getting her fucking killed.
Yeah, seriously, they stood no chance. But
Yeah.
we go back. We go with Kate. I remembered the previously on. We were like dealing with Kate in the previously on, and then here Kate shows up.
Yeah.
Angel
Were you
goes,
excited to see her?
of course. I always love seeing Kate. Did we talk about her dad? I feel like we kind of did. We're still talking about her dad.
Well, what she was worried her dad was gonna be one of the. You remember they're in the cemetery,
Oh,
and
right.
Angel's like showing them the graves that had been like disturbed, because they're like raising dead cops to be like zombies, and she's concerned about the grave of her dad, and he's like, no, that one's good.
Yeah, I guess this episode actually made sense for her to be concerned about like what
Yeah,
happened with her dad, but in the other episodes, less so. Uh, but anyway, Kate's there. What happened is Angel has the badge of that guy, so we look him up. Apparently, Kate was at his funeral. I don't know. I guess that doesn't matter. Uh,
yeah.
we
Well,
go
I mean,
back
it. Yeah, whatever. Go on.
back to the office. We learn about Gunn's plan. I liked the book. The size of the book Wesley was reading from it was like the biggest book I'd ever seen in my life. We don't really draw attention to it or anything, but I thought that was a good touch. It was a huge book.
A
I don't know.
volume.
Was that volume one of two?
I don't know, but that's what they call old books, right? Like a volume of what I don't move on.
I thought volumes was only if there were a lot of them. It was like volume one, volume
No,
two.
I know what you're saying. That's a thing too. It's two different things. Go
Oh.
on.
All right, so we go to the cemetery. Yeah, Kate's worried. Whatever. I wrote Trevor. I remembered his name.
Yeah. Well, you see his grave.
Oh shit. Oh man, that's not that impressive then. So I saw it. All right. I don't know. We go to the teen center. Cordelia has to do laundry, apparently.
Yeah, she spots one of her shirts. Remember, because Angel donated a bunch of her
Oh yeah,
clothing.
callback. Yeah, that she
Yeah.
sees her clothes that were given to the teen center. That was crazy. So we got Jackson shows up and he was like talking about raping people, I feel like.
Is that what he's talking about?
What did he say? I think they're like we're out of beds and he was like, I'll share with a woman. I don't
Oh,
care.
right, right. Yeah. Lot of good-looking ladies here tonight.
Yeah, really weird vibes. And Wesley apparently gets shot by the cop.
Yeah, he does. He gets shot. He like so yeah, Gun and the cop is hassling Gun and Wesley comes up from behind and the gun just turns around and caps him in the
Yeah.
gut.
And so the cops come and I kind of liked this shot. It was like out of a horror film where like the cop cars were like sharks. What do you think? Where Cordelia like opened the,
Oh,
the
when she opens
door.
the front door and yeah, I like that too. They
Yeah,
park
that was kind of
right
cool.
out
Like
front
they
towards
pull
the
up real
building.
slow. That was really cool. Probably one of the better parts of the episode. IMO. We what is this? I wrote the Idol of Granith. What is that?
I don't know. That might be the thing. Oh, I think it's the thing Angel has to destroy to like deactivate the zombies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Angel destroys that and all the dead cops die all over again.
Yeah, they just slump down.
Slump down like Buffy in that little seat.
Mm-hmm.
uh
I think it's the first time in my life I've ever used the word schlump, and I used it twice in this episode.
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
Is that a real word?
I don't know.
Schlump? I've never heard it. I don't know, something about Jackson. He leaves. I don't know. Wesley is in the hospital.
Do you think Miss Jackson is his what mom?
Yeah, I thought about that earlier.
Mm.
But then I was like, well, it seems like Daniel wants this episode to end. I'm not gonna make any more dumb jokes.
It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead.
but then you made the joke, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Morphine. Wesley's on
Yeah,
morphine
Wesley's feeling
apparently.
good as hell. Morphine's great.
Yeah, apparently. They ever give you that
Oh
morphine?
yeah. Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. I
um.
bought that shit on the street, Logan.
Oh, what? Jesus, that sounds terrible. Why would you do that? Desperate times
Because
call
I
for
was
desperate measures.
21 and thought I was immortal.
Yeah, true. Jeez. Honestly, Dave, I feel like you'd probably be dead if you were a kid these days
I think you're right.
with like
Drugs
the
have gotten
fentanyl out on the
harder. Yeah,
streets.
no, I'd be dead today for sure.
Yeah, you would have probably died. That's
Hmm.
crazy.
I OD'd a couple times and just like dealt with it. I didn't even like go to the hospital.
What do? You like drink water? Wake up and drink
Yes,
water?
yeah, and go to sleep. Hope you wake up.
God damn.
Yeah,
You would be the type to just like have a concussion and go to sleep and then never
I
wake
really
up.
am. Yeah.
Oh my god. So what Angel is like, all right, Cordelia, it looks like I'm back in the crew. And then Cordelia is like, not so fast, mister. We don't want you here. Or something like that. I feel like Cordelia was really mean to him. I don't know.
Yeah, you're done here, bro. You
Yeah.
fired us.
Yeah. So I think you actually brought that up a few weeks ago. You were like, what if they don't accept him back in? And I was like, what? You're dumb for even suggesting that.
Yeah,
And then they did it. Yeah. So, but that's not real. Like, that's not the way things are going to be.
we'll see.
Come on. So Angel's on his own. What's going to happen? I don't know.
All right,
Where's
what
Darla?
she'll be in next week. What do you give
Okay.
this one?
3.
Yeah, I guess me too. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm struggling right now.
All right. Is it better than last week?
No,
Happy
it's worse. I think
anniversary.
it's worse than last week.
Is it worse than 2 weeks ago? Blood Money. I think so.
Yeah, I think it is. I think in this, it's not bad, but it's one of the weaker episodes of the season.
I'll put it between Blood Money and Warzone. I don't remember
That
Warzone.
feels all right. That's Gunn's first appearance.
Yeah, that seems right. You may
All
start
right.
with Blood Money for you.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, blood. You have it higher than me. You have Blood Money at 21, and I have it here at 29. So
Mm.
pretty big difference. Blood Money, Expecting, Somnambulist, Eternity, Parting Gifts, Lonely Heart, The Bachelor Party, Sense and Sensitivity, In the Dark, First Impressions, Warzone.
In
Here it
the
is.
dark and first impressions.
So you put it at 30, and we had both put it at 30. We started at Blood Money, down from Blood Money, and both ended at 30.
There you go.
That's incredible stuff.
Who's your MVP?
That's a good question. I'm gonna go with Gunn.
I thought you were gonna go with Rondell.
Oh, no, he's not in it enough. I thought Gunn was really good this episode.
I like Gunn. I think Wesley too. I think the three of them, like their dynamic is so good right now.
I like
I'll
Gunn
go.
stuff with Anne though. I thought that was
Me
cool.
too. Me too. That might push me over the edge. I'll go with Gunn as well.
Yeah, he had a
Who's your
whole other thing.
LVP?
Oh my God. Kenny or Les?
I was gonna go with Les.
Yeah, go Les. She had less to
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that's it for Buffy and Angel. What's
Read
next
from the
week? Oh,
Patreon.
Josh Merlis says Buffy Harm is a great nickname for a vampire named Harmony. How is it news to Buffy that Spike isn't? Yeah, seriously, how is that news to Buffy that Spike is into her? He made a move on her like 5 episodes back. Great touch having Buffy plop down into a trade in say slump
Plop.
into a train seat, perfectly outlined by the police body tape.
See, you gotta go back and look at that.
I will. Bad job by me. Those warehouse vamps were making popcorn. Sweet. That scene with Drusilla and Buffy tied up was brutal. Poor Spike. He can't see how awful he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really makes you feel for him. And then he says, Angel, this show's really showing some disrespect to our boys in blue. Just doing their job, keeping the streets clean. As far as I could tell, they were all doing an exemplary job. That comment written by Jokey Boy. Yeah, I would assume so.
That's funny. Okay.
Well, that's a Joss Whedon line, Jokey Boy. That's like something Joss
Yeah.
would come up with.
Yeah. I feel like he's being influenced.
I actually thought Joss might have written the Buffy episode. I was halfway through and I thought it might be a Joss because of Harmony and all the relationship stuff with Buffy and Spike and Drusilla was back. It seemed like important enough for Joss, but
He might
alas.
have pitched in, but he's got one he's writing and directing in 2 weeks. So
A
he
Buffy?
couldn't yeah, so he couldn't be the
Uh,
number one guy on
Hasn't he
set.
only done like two Angels? Something
He
like that?
doesn't do that many.
One Angel?
I don't even think he does one this season. He does the pilot of Angel. I mean, directing. He writes a few additional episodes. He directed Untouched this season, which he didn't write. And he writes and directs one in season 3, one in season 4, and then in season 5 he does both the premiere and the finale.
And that's the last season, 5.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. He said, and then Josh said, 2 comments about Angel. He says, Angel, they're playing Outcast in that teen shelter. Yo, he kicked that guy's head clean off. I'm dying, just like that cop. And we should bury Josh in a I was gonna say pet cemetery, but it's not. They just rose him from the dead from a normal
That's what Spike should have sung instead of I
pet
want to be
cemetery
sedated.
thing.
He should have done the Pet Cemetery song.
By the way, are there designated cemeteries to like these are where all the cops are buried? Because it seemed like that's
There
how this
must
episode
be.
was.
There must be, or at least sections of cemeteries that are devoted to the NYPD or something. I don't
But
know.
I think that's lame, honestly. Like that makes it where your whole life is your
Oh,
job.
it's
Like
incredibly lame, but that's how those dudes act.
I know,
I
but
mean, it's like dudes getting buried in like military cemeteries.
is that only for people that maybe that die on duty? Maybe
I have no idea.
that just seems so
I'm
like
sure there's got to be like retired military brass that want to be buried in military cemeteries.
I would feel so bummed if I died and I got buried there and not with my family.
Well,
I guess
like,
they
what
make
if,
the call ahead of
not
time. Like,
everybody's family is the most important thing to them.
well, you know me, it's not the most important thing to me, but I assume like
Yeah.
when I get older, maybe I will have one. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you think you'll meet like a lady or something you might want to be buried next to, but we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. And just
I
let that
just I just
creepy.
burped. I just did a water burp. Was that audible?
I didn't hear it.
All right, good.
Maybe we will in the edit. I'll hear it. I don't know. And just let that creepy guy into her shelter. I think he like threatened his way in there. I don't think she
Yeah,
like
but
let him.
you know what? She said she let him in because she doesn't want trouble. I think you're gonna get trouble with him in there.
Yeah, good point. She's about to just let her girls get assaulted. Hey, his name is Jackson. That's the Outcast song they were playing. I guess that part
Nice.
with the extra I is just gonna have to chill for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
setting up next episode. Oh yeah, I do wonder if that was on purpose, like the Miss Jackson. Seems like
I
no. Why
probably
would it
not.
be?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a cool
We're
coincidence.
just so clued into that song because it's become such a classic.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. They probably didn't even think at the time it would be such like a big
Yeah, it
deal.
was just like whatever popular hip hop song was around.
True. Joshua Cole says I've this episode of Buffy. I think that might
Yeah,
say
I
love
noticed that too.
this
Yeah,
episode of
okay, I
Buffy.
love this episode of
Yeah,
Buffy.
I love this episode of Buffy. It's weird. I just watched a trashy horror movie called Hatched that Harmony was in. She shows her boobs in it. It was weird.
What was the name of that?
Hatched.
Okay.
So Daniel's gonna be watching Hatched tonight. um, thanks, Joshua Cole. You never heard of that Hatched
No, but I will soon.
from 2021?
Really? It's like recent?
I don't know. I looked up on IMDb.
And
Hatched.
Harmony showed her boobs in it?
She's not in this movie.
Yeah, no, it's not that one.
There's an animated movie Hatched
There's one
about
from
a chicken.
2019. Oh, that's a short film. I don't fucking know. What is this hatched thing?
I'm sure Daniel will find it later.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
Thanks, guys. What's next for Buffy
All
and
right,
Angel?
the next episode of Buffy is called. Oh God, I'm getting a call from work. I'm not even gonna pick this shit up.
Wait a second. By the way, I went to Mercedes McNabb. I think he means Hatchet. She's in
Hatchet.
she's in Hatchet and
I've
Hatchet
heard of
2.
that movie. Okay, she's nude in Hatchet. Interesting. We'll
I've
have
heard
to
of
cover
Hatchet.
that for
There
the
was also a
podcast.
book, Hatchet, that we read in middle school, I remember. About the little
Okay.
boy that gets stranded on an island.
I need to be done soon.
Okay,
Next
sorry.
week, it's okay. Next week on Buffy is an episode called "I Was Made to Love You."
I think that this episode started out, it seemed pretty deliberate, where Buffy was all alone. All of her, like, Tara and Willow are together, and Xander and Anya are together, and Buffy was all alone at the Bronze, and then Spike showed up. I think the bad guy next week, whoever it is going to make they're going to realize Buffy is lonely and needs somebody. We're going to create something we're going to trick Buffy into thinking she has a new boyfriend, but really it's fake, and it's going to try to kill her.
Okay. And next week on Angel is an episode called Reprise or Reprise, however you want to say that word.
Is this part 3 of the
Oh, relapse.
reunion?
No, that's way later. The Eminem is still a Slim Shady at this point.
But this is part 3, wasn't it? Angel, where I'm trying to find the episode
Oh,
titles now.
redefinition.
Yeah,
Oh,
redefinition.
reunion, redefinition, reprise. Yeah, I guess I did think that at the time.